The 13th, 25th, and 27th Amendments in plain English. The 13th Amendment basically says that slavery, unless a punishment for crime, would not be legal and would therefore be abolished from the Constitution. This gave slaves not complete freedom, but 3/5 freedom. Congress can enforce this with laws. The amendment was a step towards ending slavery entirely, and without it, slavery would have continued to spread. The 13th Amendment, passed by Congress January 31st, 1865, and was ratified December 6th of that year. This amendment abolished slavery altogether. Fun fact! At the time, the United States was the only country which still allowed slavery. The 25th Amendment. The 25th Amendment to the Constitution focuses on the succession to the presidency if the current pres can't fulfill the duties required. This also states the method in which the government will fill an opening in the office of both President and VP and response to the issues of presidential disabilities. Without this amendment, citizens and elected officials alike would be lost in what to do if the president or vice president fell ill or died. It ensures that the United States would have a plan in such a situation. This amendment also provides for the removal of the president if the president is unable to fulfill the necessary duties. It also sets up a stable plan to fall back on in a worst-case scenario, as someone will always be prepared to lead the government. Before the creation of the 25th Amendment, the guidelines of succession were vague and did not state if the vice president would rise to become the president if the acting one was to die, be removed, or fall ill. This amendment has been invoked 6 times since its ratification. Fun fact! While this amendment was proposed on July 6, 1965, it was not ratified until February of 1967. Georgia, North Dakota, and South Carolina have still not ratified this amendment. The 27th Amendment was passed that no senator or representative may alter their pay until an election has occurred, garnering public support in the alteration. This basically means that once voted into office, representatives must remain in office and be re-elected before they can raise their own pay. This was passed because people thought that if representatives had to be re-elected in order to raise their pay, they would work with more integrity and for the people who would vote for them again. Any raises that are adopted during a term do not take effect until after the next election. The amendment was actually one of the original 12 presented by Jimmy Madds for the Constitution and was passed over for the Bill of Rights. Michigan was a necessary 28th state to set the ratification into effect. Fun fact! This amendment took over 200 years to ratify, even though most amendments can't be ratified if they are initially passed over. James Madison intelligently did not put an expiration date on this amendment. As for our sources, here they are. They're pretty cool. That too.